music?
When I was, I guess, 18, right when I was entering college, my best friend came to DC and he saw a group. And he said, Kurt, this group reminds me so much of you. And it was a guy called Richard Smallwood. It was before Richard's first album. I guess it was during the time of Richard's first album. And we had so many similarities because of the classical. I was studying classical music. And of course, Richard became one of my greatest inspirations, and the things that he did, he was one of the pioneers, one of the first people in gospel to really do, people had done strings before, but never in such a classical way. The Hawkins did it. They started it. Andre Crouch had big production, but Richard actually took classical flavorings and put it inside gospel music, and I did the same and just kind of made it my own. And having known Vernice, I'm very proud of her. And I remember the first one when she was working with Vicki Mack with my record company, Gospel Centric, and she had this idea to do Gospel Goes Classical. And I think I was there at the first one, wasn't it? With
It's Juanita Bynum.
Juanita Bynum, yeah,
Yeah.
And it was greatly successful. It was actually on the classical charts and everything. I remember Vernice was so proud of that and excited about that. So, and it continues. And the amazing thing is I usually do at least 1 or 2 songs on the record with that kind of flavor, because I do at least 5 or 6 symphony dates a year with the great symphonies around the country. And it just shows people such a different aspect of gospel music. The audiences for these concerts are so diverse. It's people that might not go to a Kirk Franklin concert, but might not come to a Kirk Carr concert, but they will come to this, and they surprisingly not just get to see an artist in another light, but they become fans. It's happened to me a lot. There are so many great singers in Africa. Like, to me, Jonathan Butler is one of the greatest singers, the greatest. He knows that. I tell him that all the time. And I just came back from Africa 2 weeks ago and heard some people. I heard the best church music department that I've ever heard in my entire life in Nigeria. And I was like, I mean, why am I here? They were that good. Like, I could have stayed home. So it's phenomenal how music goes around the world and how classical music, the sounds of classical music, inspire all people.